I'm going to put on my Clark Kent glasses and I'm going to take you through the most insightful way of using your story on social media to get incredible results that will grow your business even in the most difficult circumstances. This model we've put together is called the Vulnerability Pivot. And really sharing your story is absolutely essential to standing out and building your brand in a world where everyone's using AI and we're really seeking genuine people. Now, there are a couple of mistakes that people make. The first mistake right here is to say social media is business only. And the big problem with that is it's boring. It's not engaging enough. People want human connection. The second problem, though, is almost the inverse. And that is people say, look, I'm going to be an open book. I don't give a fuck about what anyone thinks about me. I'm just going to share me, all of me. I don't have a filter. This is who I am. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, too bad. The trouble with that is that's very scary. Have you ever sat down and talked with someone who doesn't have a filter? It's overwhelming. It's frightening. Doesn't feel safe. Whatever you say would be said somewhere else. And so what does the vulnerability pivot look like? And you can see there is a gap in the middle there. And I think out on this side here, the business only side, it's really predicated by fear. Like, I might get taken advantage of. Once it's out on social, it's there forever. I can't have people know me in that way. And over this side, the open book side really is predicated by foolishness. It's not understanding the consequences of words once said can never be taken back. So what does it look like to sit in the middle? And the truth is only 2% of people truly succeed on social with the sharing of their story. And it's the people that sit right in the middle here. These are the people that have freedom. These are the people who do this. And the way they do it is they understand that their story or your story is shared to be relevant to your audience. And so you're sharing your story not out of gratuitousness, not out of trying to generate business, but you're sharing your story because you know your story will be relevant to other people. When they hear your story, they feel their story. And so we move away from fear and we release ourselves from needing to be business only. And we say, my story is going to help other people. And we find freedom that way. The second part to doing this is to understand perspective. And perspective is, what is the lens I put over my story that will resonate with other people? Because you can tell your story in many different ways, from many different angles, with many different emotions. And so having the right perspective also provides you with that release. And then to move away from being this open book, this requires resolve. In other words, not all of my stories are not for everybody, right? All of my details are not for everyone. And when you can tell your story in a boundaried way, then you're not foolish anymore. You're taking control of the narrative. You're taking control of your story. You're owning everything that's happening or happened to you, and you're saying, this is for my good. And that's what the 2% do very well. They understand that their story makes them relevant. They have a unique perspective on it, and their boundary. They own their story. They don't share all of it. And when you do this, you can become unique because no one has your story, and you will stand out on social media from a very competitive, busy, noisy marketplace. It also gives you legitimacy because you're a real human being. You're not business only. You're Chris who runs his business, or Daria who runs her business, or Jeff who runs his business. And it's when you do this, then you have a personal brand, and a personal brand has no competition from AI. So that's the vulnerability pivot. That's the thing that makes you unique. That's the thing that helps you stand out. And it's tricky. Like, how do you stay in that place of relevance? How do you stay in that place of resolve? How do you stay in that place of freedom, of sharing your story in the right way, in the right amount? And if you want to know about our social media strategies, just type more information, or information will do, underneath this video, because what you're going to find is that the right social strategy isn't tiring, it's not exhausting, it's as easy as breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. And we have a 2-day cycle that we teach people on that makes it super easy and gets you right in the middle, gets you in that 2%. So you're standing out, so that you're growing, so that everything that's happened to you in your life is an asset and not a liability. Your story matters, it sets you apart, it makes you unique. Let's do it. Type information underneath. I'll see you soon.